Hi guys, sorry I've been away for the past few days. To be honest, over the weekend I decided that I really needed to shake things up a bit and start putting my attention somewhere else. So I took a bit of a break and instead tried to start importing Peter Capaldi's TARDIS into Source 2, converted from our Unreal Engine 4 assets. Turned out quite a lot more difficult than I had initially hoped. Turns out those details are quite complex and quite detailed. So I pushed really hard to try and get those models imported by Sunday night, and I just couldn't do it. I had to simplify the models way too much. I know there's a better way to do it, but I haven't found it, and I spent so long on Sunday trying to figure it all out that I just, got to my wits' ends. So if there's anybody out there who could maybe give me a hand trying to simplify down these models and get them imported into Source 2, please hit me up. Otherwise, I'm just going to take a break from Capaldi's TARDIS and focus my attention back on this. I really think it's important when you're doing a project like this to stick with what feels natural and feels what you want to do at the time. You need to stay passionate about it. So for me at the moment, the thing that I really want to get to grips with is the flight mechanics. So that's figuring out how I'm going to make the TARDIS move, where I'm going to move it to, and how I'm going to make it get there, and what you as a player will have to do to be able to achieve that. So on my first GMod version, it was pretty rudimentary. You just pulled the lever and waited until it had run its course and then pulled it again and away it went. It's pretty much how I've got it set up again at the moment, just for testing, and we'll see that in a moment. But I think it's quite important to just keep cycling around on what you're working on. Keep it fresh, keep it engaging, keep it interesting, try and keep the what do you call it, the inspiration flowing. That way you can put passion into your project, and I think that's something that I need to do. My next port of call after that will probably be making this feel a bit more lived in. It feels quite sterile at the moment. It's all very clean and very I know I've said this before, but very fresh. It looks like a fresh new TARDIS, and I don't like that. I want it to be lived in. I want it to be used and abused, and I want things to be dirty, and I want things to be broken. So I feel like it's important that we spend a bit of time just going through and making everything used, lived in, dirtied, making these dirty, lining up all the textures properly, the models and things like that. So, and just getting everything feeling right. Apart from that, it's all fairly rudimentary stuff. It's all things that we've all done before. It's modeling, it's texturing, it's shadows and lighting and all the good things. Making rooms, that kind of thing. I feel like Capaldi's TARDIS room is fairly important. I feel like you got to have that. It's kind of that mix between industrial and lived and kind of homely. When that particular console room started its life as Matt Smith's second console room, it was fairly sterile. There was nothing in it. It was a console room, and that was it. By the time Capaldi had finished with it, it had bookshelves, it had mirrors, it had all sorts. You could tell it was lived in. I feel like it's a good mix between those two. But yeah, I think just getting the functionality of this working properly, or at least figuring out how I intend to do it. Of course, it's very early days yet. We still don't have any sort of idea whether even GMod 2 is official, or is it? I don't know. And at the very least, any sort of release date or anything like that. So we've still got plenty of time to work on this. I'm just waiting on Drunk Turtle's permission to use his models and release his models into public domain. I feel like it could be really beneficial if I made this project open source and allowed people to fork it on GitHub and do their own kind of remixes of it and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. I've kind of went really hard on this last week. I've already got 70 hours on this, and I work 42-hour weeks, and I try and exercise every day, and, eating healthy and stuff like that. So I've put a huge amount of time into this, even if I haven't particularly achieved that much. So I'm going to be scaling back my attention on this project. I'm no longer going to make daily videos. I'm going to release videos weekly. I'll be releasing a video every Sunday, Australian Eastern Standard Time at about 12 o'clock. Not sure what that is for the rest of you, but I'm sure with that information you can do the Google and come to some sort of guess as to what time you can expect the video up. Just because it's we've got plenty of time. I've got other things I need to be focusing on as well as this. Yeah, we're getting there. Still a few things to do on the console. Still need to do some parallax texturing on the console, and finishing up the textures for levers and stuff like that. I've been putting that off because that's hugely time consuming, but we'll get there. And just the basic dynamics now, for now, and then once that's done, it'll be probably making it feeling lived in, and then focusing our attention on some extra rooms. I hope that's been a little bit insightful and maybe helps you understand why I've been AFK for the past couple of days, but yeah. Fear not, we're still going strong. Just needed to take a couple of days off after a completely failed weekend. So yeah, if you got any thoughts or any input, please let me know. And if you reckon you can help me with my Capaldi situation, that'd be great too. Cheers. Bye guys.